Good morning and welcome to my presentation of my individual PV project on designing a PV system for a health clinic in a community in Nicaragua. I'll keep it short and sweet, so the table of contents just states what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to justify why this community, and then, well, this region, and then I'll go over some site background details. Then we'll look at the system design that I did, and then finally we will wrap up with a conclusion. As for the justification of why I chose this area, I chose Nicaragua because it is a developing country, and there are lots of places, most of the country in fact actually goes without power or clean water, this and that, like healthcare, and the system that I'm designing is meant to power a health clinic for the community of San Jose de la Mula, which is a community that I actually visited and helped with water filtration and the starting of building the clinic. So this has a personal, I don't know, it's personal to me. So the health clinic is crucial because the communities are in remote areas in the jungle that are a long drive from any sort of hospital or care, and so this health clinic provides immediate health care for individuals in the community. So to go into more detail about the background of this community, San Jose de la Mula, as you can see on the PowerPoint, it's located just about the center of Nicaragua, high in the mountains. It's actually a very beautiful place if you ever happen to visit, but there is a terrible lack of health care. The biggest issue with this particular community is teen pregnancy and TMI, but diarrhea, but and so the immediate care and the clinic are very important, and in order to provide good health care, there are some essential equipments needed to provide such health care. So to keep this short, I will, within the time limit, I just pretty much summed up my system design. There were many loads. Pretty much all of them were AC loads, which isn't terribly surprising. So we had devices that worked in sanitation, testing like centrifuges, and storage such as like refrigerators, treatment tools like nebulizers, and then lastly communications and environment that would include like computer and phone for documentation, and like calls for consultation with higher up medical professionals, and environment would be like heating, cooling, and lighting, and the works. From my load determination, I calculated that I would need 64 lead-acid batteries at 245 amp hours and 12 volt nominal voltage. The tilt angle, considering the latitude of the community and optimizing it for winter because it's still technically in the northern hemisphere, and so that's kind of what we do to get a better year-round average power out. So my average tilt angle was calculated to be 27.9 degrees, and that would be applied to the mounting of the actual panels. Now, in my report, I explained that the angle of the roof actually matches pretty close. The angle of the roof is actually 30 degrees, so it's just a slight bit off, and so if this were to be done practically, we'd probably just follow the contour of the roof of the clinic. Using all this information above, as well as other information, I was able to calculate that I needed 32 Panasonic solar panels, and which is reasonable considering the size of this kind of project. So, in conclusion, I believe, and I'm pretty sure most of us can agree, that this system could help facilitate and promote better health for this community, and can easily be adapted to work in other communities, other health clinics, not even just within Nicaragua, but other developing countries as well. I'm sure you all have realized this with your own projects, that it can easily be applied other places. It's just a matter of changing a couple numbers and doing some, research. So, anyways, thank you for listening to my presentation, and if there are any questions, I will be glad to answer them.